a real battle for any believer to strive to overcome. You want to grow in faith? Does anybody know the best way to grow in your faith? Anybody have any idea? What's the best way to grow in your faith? You might say read the Bible. That's a good idea. You might say pray more. That's a good idea. What's the best way to grow in your faith? Have faith. Because when you have faith and you see God answer, that grows your faith. And then you have more faith and you see God provide, and that grows your faith more. And when you entrust everything to God and God works everything out miraculously, then you grow in your faith more and more. So if you want to grow in your faith, just have faith. Start with faith. Maybe something small, but start with faith. Remember the guy who Jesus said, if you believe, your child can be healed? And he says, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief. I want to grow in my faith. I want to believe. I believe that you can, but there may be a little bit of doubt here, but help me to overcome this unbelief. Verse 23 through 26. After many days had gone by, there was a conspiracy among the Jews to kill him. But Saul learned of their plan, and day and night they kept close watch on the city gates in order to kill him. But his followers took him by night and lowered him in a basket through an opening in the wall. And when he came to Jerusalem, guess what? He tried to join the disciples, but what? They were all afraid of him, not believing that he really was a disciple. Why? Because the natural inclination is fear. The natural inclination of our hearts is doubt. And it would be difficult to trust Saul if a few weeks earlier you had seen him kill Stephen by stoning illegally with self-righteous words and attitudes, killing an innocent man. So it's easy to doubt. It's easy to fear. It's easy to question whether or not this actually is something that you could trust God on. So it's a natural inclination of man. But we want to grow in our faith. And if we want to grow in our faith, we need to start trusting, start believing, start walking by faith. And as we walk by faith and God honors that faith and God provides, then our faith continues to grow. So that eventually we might come to the point where we have no fear and no doubt at all. Because even if it is not God's will that we get what we are praying for. Remember, Paul said concerning the thorn in the flesh, 3 times he asked God to remove it. And God said, my grace is sufficient for you. For my strength is made perfect in weakness. Having faith doesn't mean we get everything we want. Having faith means we trust God in every circumstance in life, regardless of whether it works out the way we planned or not. Because the peace of God that passes all understanding will guard our hearts and our minds in Christ Jesus only as we learn to trust in Him. If that's